Hey, what's up, Street Talks? Eric from the Eric from Street Photography blog. So I wanted to do this post talking a little bit about how to be more creative in your photography, and it's something that's very elusive because a lot of us try to be more creative, but we have these soul-sucking jobs. We're grinding these 9 to 5 jobs that we're probably not the biggest fan of, and in the midst of this, how can you be more creative? And I've kind of experienced this frustration a lot in my photography where I've been shooting a lot and I'm going out and I keep taking the same photo over and over again and I'm not really pushing my boundaries and I'm not really making photos that bring me personal joy or happiness anymore. And so the different strategies of being more creative, there's a ton. I think one of the best ways to be creative is to find inspiration in outside arts. And they often call this cross-pollination, where you're taking insights from one specific field and applying it to another field, and vice versa. So, for example, one type of aesthetic that I'm very interested in is like Zen minimalism. And according to Zen, it's more about subtraction rather than addition. So, one way I've been able to apply this in my photography is trying to remove clutter and distractions from my photo and trying to add more interest and trying to show the essence of an image. And one way I've also been doing this is by trying to make a simple background as much as possible. Another tip is, of course, finding inspiration from other photographers. And often it's photographers who are not especially in the field you practice. So, for example, obviously my passion is street photography, and one of the street photographers or photographers I find the most inspiration from is Richard Avedon. And while he did go out to the West and photograph a lot of portraits of people and what some people call street portraits, it's not he made his living as a commercial photographer shooting portraits and doing fashion, and I just love how he just had a simple minimalist white backdrop in almost all his photos, which was able to really help him capture the emotion and soul in his images. And also I feel another way to be creative in your photography is to kind of have an open mind where sometimes, obviously we work on projects and it helps us focus in, but I feel that if you really want to be creative, you have to open up your experiences to everything in life. And some of the random places I get inspiration from music videos, from rap music, from freestyle, hip hop, breakdancing. I get inspiration from cooking, how cooking is so experimental and you're always trying something new. I get inspiration from looking at children because everything is always so new to them, so they always have this sense of wonderment where they think about the possibilities rather than the restrictions. And another way to be more creative in your photography is to, give a middle finger to the rules, because rules were put there to give us some sort of structure, and especially when you're starting off as apprentices or newbies or amateurs, it's good to have a structure because it helps us give us some sort of sense of support. So, for example, if you're a swimmer, obviously you have to learn the basic strokes, but as time goes on, you start to master your sport, you begin to integrate your own little styles and techniques here and there. And so the same thing with photography is, if you want to become a really great photographer and be more creative, try to taste as many different styles of photography as you can. And especially when you see types of photography that you're not a big fan of, you look at the photos and you say to yourself, I don't get it. Why are these photos any good? Then you could kind of deconstruct that and think to yourself, what do I like about the shot? What do I not like about the shot? And asking yourself, why do I think other people like this certain photograph? And that's another tip. I also feel that creativity is kind of like reaping a harvest, or it's kind of like planting fruits and vegetables. Is that if you constantly try to till it over and over again, and the earth is drained of minerals and the soil doesn't have a chance to relax, then you just kind of have some sort of mental lethargy where you're just producing for producing sake rather than just kind of chilling out and letting all your ideas marinate. And one thing they say about creative breakthroughs is by relaxing, taking a nap, daydreaming, you're able to actually give your brain the chance to relax and make all these hidden connections of all the different sources of inspiration in your mind. And there's also the saying, you are what you eat. So make sure whatever sources of inspiration you're consuming is actually something that's brings you creative nourishment. So, rather than just mindlessly checking out blogs or YouTube videos or social media, it might be better for you to look at the work of the great artists, go to a museum, look at the works of Da Vinci, or read poetry, Jack Kerouac, you know, watch great theaters, or even when it comes to film, I'm a big fan of film. I'm especially film noir. Maybe watch The Third Man. Maybe watch Alfred Hitchcock movies. Maybe you don't want to watch the newest Transformers movie or what it may be. And so once again, you are what you eat. Or only also when it comes to creativity, I think it's very important to surround yourself with other supportive and creative folks out there. One of my good friends, Walter, I'm always bouncing ideas off of him, and also my friends Josh and Neil. If it wasn't for them, they wouldn't help me refine my thoughts. And of course, Cindy, who's my creative partner in life. And life is short. There's no room for bullshit and negativity. So don't surround yourself with people online or offline who are always just kind of complaining about things and making excuses. I do believe that we do have a good sense of control over our destinies. So let's not waste our potential, and always be creative whenever you can. So these are some photography tips in terms of how to be more creative. Hopefully this could help spark you guys with some new ideas and stuff like that, and help spark more of your creativity. Okay, until next time, guys, peace out.